On Halloween night, the fog crawls into Darksdale and swallows the streetlights whole. And for the next 7 days, the sun does not rise. We learn new hours in the dark. When to pray, when to lock the door, when to pretend we didn't hear the knocks. They say a young man, Jack, keeps notes in the dark. He watches the news frame by frame, looking for what the sirens forget. And there, in a riverbank photograph, he finds a mark where the city never looks. 3 shallow scratches, diagonal, like tally marks that don't want to count. He follows the fog to the bridge. His light licks the rail. The 3 lines are there again. Child height, rust-eaten, old. He takes a picture. The lamp above him flickers, coughs, and dies. "Go home," a voice says from the mist. An officer's silhouette, tired and patient. But Jack doesn't go home because someone dragged a body across Main Street, and the river keeps the answers better than the town. Down at Pier 13, the wood swells with the river's breath. The door there is swollen too, gouged by 3 great rakes across the face. Jack puts his ear to the seam and hears a wet shuffle, the sound of something remembering how to move. Under the boards, the first 3 knocks arrive, not from the door, but from the pilings below. Hollow bone on soaked wood. Jack crouches and chalks the same 3 lines on the concrete, overlays a tide chart, and sees what no one named out loud. They are not a symbol. They are a schedule, time, place, and later he will learn. Depth. A flashlight cuts the fog. The officer is there again. Closer, face still hidden. "You weren't supposed to remember the schedule," the officer says. "Why does it want the hour?" Jack asks. "Because doors and clocks are cousins," the officer answers. One opens the other. A pale hand floats to the surface, snagged on the ladder rungs. On the wrist, a braided blue thread bracelet. Jack's breath leaves him somewhere in memory. A schoolyard wall. 3 chalk lines. A girl's laughter through fog. He nearly lifts the paper mask from the body's neck, and the officer clamps his wrist. "If you look," the officer whispers. "You keep it." Jack reverses the recording of the knocks, turns them to a hollow gulp. The fog eddies backwards. The door stiffens. The river gives up the body, just enough to bump the stones near Jack's shoes. He doesn't lift the mask. He cuts the blue bracelet free, palms it, and watches the knocks migrate downriver. Station 2 waits at Ferry Street. There's a rust-bitten speaker box bolted to an old ferry post, and when Jack plays his reversed knocks from the phone, the box answers him back, relaying the sound across the water, like a crooked lighthouse. As the dockboards creak in sequence, he finds a depth gauge on a post, wipes the grime, and sees it. The 3 diagonal ticks match the 3 diagonal lines, not just time, depth. "You wrote that once," she says. "Years ago." "Open your left pocket." He does. Inside, folded like a secret, lies a child's drawing. A river like a serpent, a stick figure bridge, 2 stick figures holding hands, one with a scribbled blue bracelet. "Who is she?" Jack asks. "A daylight question," says the librarian. "And we don't have that." The chained fairy groans and breathes. The gangway is gouged with fresh 3 lines. A paper mask appears at Jack's feet. Dripping though there's no rain above, he nudges it aside, doesn't look into its face, and steps aboard. In the wheelhouse, the depth sounder is dead. The logbook is not. Ink has bled into blue rivers across the page. In the margin, 0158 02 0203. Return. His phone purrs to life with another file, his own voice whispering from somewhere else. If you look, you keep it. If you listen, you say it back. In the corner drain, a blue playground chalk catches the ship's breath and trembles. The wheelhouse door buckles twice. On the third, it opens by itself. Fog folds inward, as if making room for what wants to come in. Jack steps back, and the dead sounder flashes once, 13, then dies again. He doesn't look into the doorway. He doesn't touch the mask. He finds a second blue bracelet in a life preserver locker, this one dry, and pockets it as the knocks drift farther downriver. The last station is the bridge. Child height marks, rust, and memory. The officer stands nearer now, more a man than a shadow. Mrs. Hawthorne waits with a lantern at the far end. The river holds its breath. The paper mask bumps the pier once, twice, and waits. If I look, I keep it, Jack says. That's the only way the sun comes back, the officer answers. Jack kneels. He ties the dry blue bracelet to the mask's string with shaking hands. He lowers it to the water without looking into the face. And then, from under the bridge, a child's hand rises and takes the bracelet from his fingers. Jack looks up, cannot help himself. The dam breaks. Halloween, 2012. Child Jack dares a girl with a blue bracelet to play. 3 knocks at Pier 13. She knocks once, then twice. On the third, the swollen door kicks back. Her shoe slips. The night swallows her. Child Jack runs to the bridge rail, too small to reach. A blue chalk crushed in his fist. He scratches the rail with 3 diagonal lines, a tally of a thing he cannot hold. Back in the fog, the third knock rises through the bridge. Not wood on wood, but memory on bone. Jack doesn't run. He speaks to the water. I left you, he says. I made the marks so I wouldn't forget. Then I forgot. A gust pins the depth chart to the railing. Jack takes the blue chalk and draws 3 new lines. Steady, unshaking, over the old rust. Not a tally, he says. Away home, the fog peels back like silk drawn from the surface. Under the bridge, not a monster, only a shrine the town has been feeding for years. Masks, ribbons, notes in jars. Things that remember when we cannot. The officer cries without sound. We tried to hold the day for you, he says. Say it back, Mrs. Hawthorne calls from the lantern's edge. Jack looks into the water, not to the mask, but to what it mirrors, and says soft, I remember you. The 3 chalk lines glow with a damp golden sheen. The church clock rolls forward. 6 o'clock. For the first time in days that weren't days, the sky admits a seam of light. Street lamps click off down the avenue, a reverse of the night's parade. The paper mask loosens and drifts free toward open water. The bracelet belongs to her family, the officer says. It's theirs, Jack answers, and his hands are empty again. He breaks the blue chalk in half, pockets 1 piece. Station 3, he whispers. Return. He glances upriver toward the warehouse that breathed. The door still owes me. That day 2 is kinder, says the librarian. Don't make it learn you again. Jack walks off the bridge. The fog thins to color. Brick, moss, river green, and above Darksdale, the sun is only a pale idea, but it's there, in the morning gray. A notebook lies open on a desk. A child's drawing dries in fresh blue. 2 stick figures on a bridge, 3 lines between them. Beneath it, in an adult hand, 1 word. Return.